Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished viewers, and champions of purpose-driven leadership. Welcome to another beautiful session. I am your anchor for today, Gift Naji, and I won't be doing this alone. With me is
Chidima Ndukuba.
It's very nice having you on set
Yes, I'm
once more
excited
after
to
a
be here
long
with
while.
you.
All right, and on set here with us today is an amazing guest. He is Mr. Akin Bisola. He is the founder of the Youth Employ and Development Initiative and the CEO of Bricks and Pebbles Real Estate and S and Gold Limited. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's so glad having you on set
Thank
today.
you so much. It's good to have you on
You're
Chidima.
welcome. You're welcome,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Viewers, remember you can be part of the program by calling the number on your screen or sending in your comments via our social media platforms, also showing on your screen. Before we go ahead, let's take a look at the newspaper that came in early. Over to you, Chidima.
Thank you very much, Gift. So we'll be starting with the Vanguard newspaper. Above the masthead here, we have Dangote plans seaports to enhance export of fertilizers and others. You can read up this on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper still. Then we have the major story. Buhari, Tinubu sets up 9-man committee. Burial holds today. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. And the kicker we have declares today public holiday. Of course, Shetima pays condolence visit to Buhari's family in London. I was with Buhari in same hospital. Abdul Salami Abubakar. Presidency postpones special fake. NAS suspends all legislative activities till July 22. Khan, Amishichi, Oshimole, Saraki, Mawa, Otawepo, Hashim, others pay tributes. And the picture story, we have Shetima condoles with Buhari's family. And this will be all for the Vanguard newspaper. Please get the newspaper and read up the story so you'll be aware of what's happening in your country. Thank you.
All right, we'll be taking a look at the Guardian newspaper. Below the masthead, we have gunmen killed 2 evangelists in fresh Plateau attack. This can be found on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper. Beside that, we have Akpabio appeals against court order for Natasha's recall. Quite interesting. You can find that story on page 3. We also have calls for metering. Deregulation intensify as experts warn of widening gap. You can find this story on page 18 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have the Guardian leading with paid TV struggles as more Nigerians opt for mobile streaming services. You can find this story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. I also can't remember the last time I watched TV. It's all right. We also have below the picture story, Buhari gets state funeral as critics fault National Assembly's week-long tribute. You can find this story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have Osibanjo, Dangote, Abiodun, others bid Awujale farewell. You can find this story on page 2. Also, we have over 2 million Abuja indigenous people risk extinction, CSO tells the UN. You can find this story on page 30. We also have tight security in Daura as Castina awaits Buhari's remains. You can find this story on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. That's all we'll be taking on the Guardian newspaper. Please get a copy of yours to be up to date with the ongoings in your nation. Going on to the Punch newspaper, we have above the masthead, soldiers bar traditionalists from Awujale's Muslim funeral, with kickers saying Osibanjo, governors Osoba, Daniel, Dangote Grace Awujele's burial. Also, we have the lead story saying Daura's kinsmen associates reflect on Buhari's final months, with so many kickers here saying state burial begins in Abuja today, intermittent to follow in Katsina. I was hospitalized in same London facility as Buhari. This is coming from Abdul Salami. Also, Jonathan visits Aisha in London as Amosun, Lawan, others arrive Daura. We also have Tinubu appoints Akume, Ribadu, others to burial committee. We also have federal government delegation visits Aisha Maman Daura Abdusalami in London. You can find this story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Below the picture story, we have Nigeria rebounds to 4-month high trades, $1,518. You can find this story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We also have Ogun workers begin strike over 82 billion naira pension arrears. This is a very sad happening. So many strike, so many delayed payments and all that. We hope everything turns out well. You can find more on this on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. We also have beside that Adeleke attacks Aregbesola over plan to oust government. You can find this story on page 29 of the Punch newspaper. All right, viewers, that's all we will be taking on the newspaper's edition of Now Streaming today. Ensure you get a copy of yours to be up to date with the happenings in our country. You wouldn't want to go out there knowing that they have said A or they have said you should run in the newspaper. So ensure you get a copy of the newspaper. All right, thank you so much. We will be going on to the discussion segment as I throw this question to you, Mr. Akin, concerning the ongoing burial of the past president. May his soul rest in peace. What are your thoughts towards it? Because currently we see on the net so many outrage. People are coming out to voice their disappointment in the times he has led, even when he was young and even the last dispensation. So what are your thoughts towards people airing their view? We all know that they said it's not good to talk badly about the dead. Should we do that or should we not?
Okay, so I think it's important to know that no leader is perfect, and what forms leadership is not just no one man can lead a nation. So whatever President Buhari did while he was the president, whether in the 70s or between 2015 and 2023, it's important to know that he led with some set of certain people and all of that. So I think it's okay for people to air their opinions. You don't take that away from them because it's their right to talk. But it's also important to know that President Buhari himself said that he was sure while he was going to leave off, he said he was sure he had offended some persons, and he was sure that he stepped on some toes and he should be forgiven. I know that statement might just look like, why are you saying this, and things have gone wrong, people that have died and all that, but it's just what it is. Leadership is what it is. Every leader has his own flaws, every leader has his own weaknesses, which in most cases, whatever the weakness of leader, we will most likely reflect on the nation. Leadership will always reflect on the people on whatever they lead. Every organization, every nation is a replica, in most cases, of the leader. So whatever you see happen when he was in power is a replication of what he is as a leader. And you can see with the current president we have, you can see there's a switch. There's been some changes in. So leadership is always different. If you look back, even start from when President Olusegun Obasanjo was the president, when we got back to democracy in 1999, you see that every leader has his own dynamics. So I want to believe President Buhari took in with his own dynamics. I know there was a lot of issues. I'm a Nigerian too, so I also felt it. So it's important. That is understandable. But this man is gone. He has done his part.
Yeah.
He has done his part and is gone. It's just important for us to now look beyond the past and move forward to see what can we do to make Nigeria work, to get Nigeria working rather. So what can we do to make He has done his 8 years and he has gone. Looking back at what has happened and looking at the past will not take us any further. It's for us to look at what can we salvage from if we think things has gotten bad, what can we salvage, what can we do differently as young people, as Nigerians. How can we act right to make sure we continue to uphold the integrity and honor that our nation is supposed to be known for? So that's my thought on that.
Yeah, it's also very important to err is human, to forgive is divine.
Some people say not when the economy and the situation, the state of a nation is at stake. So that's understandable.
Yes.
You are leading over 200 million people. It's actually a lot to just say when err is human or whatever, to forgive is divine. But it's just important to know that every leader has their dynamics, and that's just it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Gift.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have a question here that popped up in mind. Okay, we have so many places now also in responding to the question that you asked.
Yeah.
Now the National Assembly have decided to go on break to mourn him. 1 week break, and it's not like it's unpaid leave. They will be paid in that 1 week, and people are crying against it. Like, why should you suspend important matters when there were killings in the nation, there were bloodshed in the nation? You didn't go on break, and now that this one has happened, not disputing the fact that it's still an important event, but why should you do for this and you shouldn't do for that? No one even came out to speak against the killing that happened. But on this event now, you have kept everything aside to go on 1 week break.
So I think it's important to say that our leaders also need to be a bit more sensitive, right? And I say that to say we need to be sensitive in the sense that there's a lot of issues happening. Most Nigerians feel they are on edge. Most Nigerians feel like as if things are not going right. Cost of living is increasing every day. Rent is nothing to write home about. What is the National Assembly now doing? What bills are they passing to mitigate or to make sure life is more easier and less burdensome for Nigeria? So I think going on a break, I don't think it's wrong if they feel they need to go on a break. But I think they should take it as not a time to rest, but a time for national reflection. So we should be able to reflect on the life of Buhari, former President Buhari.
But what if they had gone on just 1 day break, like today? The whole nation is going on break. So I may think that, if you ask me, that President Buhari's burial will not be a 1 day burial. So I guess the break should also enable them the opportunity maybe to travel, those who want to go to Daura or whatsoever, to be able to properly participate in the burial of the president. It's actually not an easy task or an easy feat to be the number one or to hold the highest office in the nation. So I believe maybe they took that break. I don't know much about that, but I believe that break was actually taken to be able to allow them opportunity to be able to be part of the burial process and all of that of the past president. But like I said, in as much as that, we are talking about the man. He has done his bit and he's gone. His chapter is closed. We are still here. So what are we doing differently as politicians, as stakeholders, and all of that? So like I said earlier, we should it's not about resting or traveling to attend the burial of former President Buhari. It's also to reflect on what can we do differently, because one day we'll all go there. Thank you so much for that. It's really a call for reflection, even as so many of us, we are on break today.
Are we on break?
We are all on break. Reflect on your life when we leave this earth. What would people say about you? What impact would you have made? So please reflect on your life, and also our leaders who are taking 1 week break, also use that as a reflection time.
It's actually very important, because in as much as the dead is gone, and the truth is that he is not hearing any of these things we are saying, it's not his business again. We've left this dispensation.
But I'm happy he actually said He said some apologies.
Yeah, when he was leaving
Oh,
office.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. At least that was a very good step.
Yes.
But it's not going to change the fact that his legacy is not a good one.
Okay,
But let's move
your
on.
opinion on that.
Exactly.
Your
Exactly.
opinion.
That's a personal opinion. Some persons, if you bring them here, they will tell you something.
Some
different.
persons are celebrating the life he has lived. Some persons are acknowledging
No, he tried.
impact. So
Okay, so what I'm going to say, the way I view life is a bit different, and I believe that the fact that I'm facing this way, it means I'm backing some persons. So some persons have their life being directly impacted by President Buhari, maybe
Yes.
because of they're able to
Exactly.
get proximity and all that, and some persons didn't feel any impact he has made. So that's just what life is about, and we should look at it from that perspective. So why some persons are ranting on Twitter, some persons are also saying on
blessing
Instagram and
him.
saying he was the one that mentored them, he did this and that and all of that. So so it's just what life is about. It's always the two sides of a coin.
The truth is that he's done his bits.
Yeah.
We that are alive, let's live this life and then live the way we want. That's when you live, how do you want to be remembered?
for?
So
So-
it's not about the dead
Yeah,
any longer.
yeah. So if I'm going to comment on talking about President Buhari and even the National Assembly, and look at what is happening from the Kaduna issue,
Yeah.
people not able to get good water to drink and all of that, the strike, the protest and all of that. It's just a call to action for our politicians and our leaders to say that it's okay for us to dedicate a day, a week to be able to mourn the dead. Is noble. It's a noble thing to do, but ignoring people who are alive, the living, is dangerous. So while we are on,
celebrate me while I'm alive.
exactly. So while we are honoring and mourning the legacies, and we are talking about the impact late former President Buhari made and all of that, we also need to not ignore people who are alive,
Yeah.
who are still breathing, who still needs to be felt by the government, who needs to be heard, who need their voices heard in rooms, who needs the support that the nation can give, they feel that Nigeria has failed them. Those are the people that also they need some attention. So while we're focusing our attention on one man, like I said, he held the highest office. It's not an easy feat. Yes. But we also have to look at the other over 200 million Nigerians who need the support of the government, who need the attention of the government. I know the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing a lot, but I think they can do more.
Yes, they
Yeah,
can
thank you.
definitely do more. Going forward to pay TV struggles as more Nigerians opt for mobile streaming services. I think it's an inevitable movement, if I would ask you, because currently in the state of the world, people are very busy. People are busy, and would you advise someone to sit down to watch TV or to pay when even data subscription is even a lot?
Yes.
So like you said, talking about data subscription being a lot and all that, I think it's also important to know that everyone, we are not at the same level. The same fingers are not equal. Some persons can afford to have data everywhere in their house, on their phones, be able to subscribe to the TV and all that. So it's just important for everyone to cut their codes according to their material. And like I said, we're in a time and age where, sorry, you want to say something, please?
Yes, I wanted to follow up with that question.
Okay,
we
please.
should cut our codes according to our
Yeah.
size. Now, seeing that this is more like bad business for TV owners, that you need to pay for their services to view, are there means or measures they can take to help them still sustain their business in this changing time?
So if we're talking about that, maybe I'm talking about DSTV and co.
Yeah.
So there's DSTV mobile. So some persons who like football, who like soccer, who like some particular DSTV, GoTV and the rest, multi-choice and all of that. Those people who like to watch. There are some things you cannot catch on the internet. You will not find it on Netflix. You will not find it on Prime Video. You will not find it on any of these platforms. So some of these people, we still want to do this subscription, but I think the world is becoming life is becoming more easier. Except we want to be just So yes, everything is becoming digital. So you have your phones, you have DSTV mobile, and you can have that on your phone, and anywhere you are, even if you are not at home, you can access and watch. So you wouldn't want to say people are football lovers. You cannot take that away. They must watch football. So so it's just also, like I said, everybody has priority. Some person that priority is movies. So they will prefer to even do YouTube, that they will not have to pay. Some persons don't mind the Netflix and the Prime Video, but some persons also is soccer for them. So they will most likely, the money that you are using to do all your Prime Video and Netflix, they will most likely want to use it to do the DSTV, maybe mobile or something. So it's just about also prioritizing. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I will
please.
still follow up with
Yes,
that. You are
please
an
go.
entrepreneur.
Yes, I am.
A seasoned one.
Yeah.
Take for instance, as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
in this line of business,
Yeah.
what measures will
Yeah.
you put in place aside now the mobile? Because
Yeah.
now it's not just having to sit down to watch that is the challenge. The expenses,
Yeah.
people want to engage in this, but
Yeah.
due to the fact that now we have to put in one or two priorities in your entrepreneurship line, now what would you do to help still maintain your business while serving your customers?
Okay, so is very is I think it's not so, but that's not really should be a difficult thing for them. It's just to look at how you can now reduce costs and let people know that they can get more value. Once people know that they can get more value and they can get value at a cheaper cost, they will go for it. I used to tell people, no business becomes successful with a one-time transaction. It's repeated transactions that makes business successful. For the likes of multi-choice and all of that, they are a subscriber-based business. So the more subscriber they get, the more money they make. So why not look at ways you can actually reduce costs? Maybe or create a new package. I know they have some packages already. Create a new package that can accommodate lesser amount, that can accommodate some certain people in the society, so that they can also be able to afford. You'll be shocked that you will get more people to subscribe, and it's a game of numbers. The more number you have, the more money you make. So I think that should work. So I don't think it's a problem. It should be a big problem. Yeah.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's actually true. The more numbers you have,
The more numbers,
the more
yes.
that's
Look
how
at
it
Money
works.
Point, for instance. Everywhere you go, you see Money Point. Yeah.
They are
So
doing an amazing job.
It's
Not
it's a
about,
game of numbers.
Putting a lot of amounts to
Yeah.
that commodity.
Yeah. For those kind of
It's
business,
people.
you don't talk about premium. You talk
Yes.
about the numbers.
The
So that's why they
number
go
of
to the
persons
rural
that
place,
are
the
able to
market
access
to
it.
man. When you go to, for instance, if you just what's the closest market to this place? Garaki Market. Right? I was there on Saturday to pick up some few things with my wife. And everywhere you go, before you know, people have brought out their Money Point POS. Even people who share very close stores. Almost everybody else. So it's a game of numbers. Okay. So I think that can also be done to the multi-choice and all this subscription stuff. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have a story here that is really very painful. But then, Amnesty International condemns suspension of University of Ibadan students over fee increment protests. They had a peaceful protest. Like, I would want to tell us what happened. They had
Please go ahead.
Okay, they had a peaceful protest because of the increment, the sudden hike in the school fees, the tuition fee.
Yeah.
I guess, do we have a video of it? Okay, we don't have a video. The 3 students, so they were doing an SUG something election, so they now protested, telling the school government that the hike in price is not good and is not acceptable. So they were arrested. Not just that they were arrested, they were beaten. Then they were now brought to the disciplinary body to now give them suspension for 4 good semesters until people started talking about this, and the Amnesty International even had to condemn it because of course they said one of our human rights is the right to
talk.
Speak. So what do you have to say about it?
So I think I want to join my voice to Amnesty International because I'm also a youth, and the fact that we are able, some persons are able to enjoy certain privileges doesn't mean that it's the same thing across board. Like I said earlier, fingers are not equal. So them being suspended because they came out to protest, and don't forget that these guys are not actually fighting for themselves alone. Whatever decision is being made or whatever action the school institution takes from that protest will actually affect every other person, every other student, even for those that have not even gotten admission yet. So it's actually a noble cause they're fighting for, and I think these kind of things are what's supposed to be trending. These are the things that are supposed to be trending on Instagram, on Twitter. Not people who are shaking their bum and doing all sort of nonsense. It's the truth.
Very true.
So I think I will call some of us who are young people. We have to also change our orientation and also change our approach to things. When these kind of things are being done, we are supposed to come out and support one another. Because the more noise we make about these things, the more something reasonable will be done very fast. If we keep quiet about it, this is an injustice. It will repeat itself. Another university will do the same. I know the school will tell you that okay, they are doing it to enhance the life of the student and all of that, or to make sure the standard of living of the students is increased. But how about those who cannot even afford? In the times of most of our parents, some of them went to free schools. Some have even had opportunity of even traveling abroad on scholarships. So why can't we enjoy that today?
The federal institutions, they've been known for, okay, these are affordable means of getting an education.
It's
But
now
at this
become more
point,
expensive now. I remember my first school fees then was maybe 23,000 or 18,000 or so. But look at what
21,000.
so look at what, because I went to a federal university.
I started with a low school fees, but by the time I was leaving,
Exactly.
it was something else.
So you understand,
And the same
so
protest
project that to the next 5-10 years. So what will it be? That means public institution will most likely be having the same school fees as what people were paying in private university before. So I think it's just government also need to be able to balance. I know there's some intervention like TED fund and all of that, but I think some of all these interventions should also be reflected. Most of those TED funds are used to do structures buildings and all of that, and for facilities. Some of these things should also be done in terms of to be able to help to give people soft landing for the tuition fee and all of that. And I know there's also NEL fund, so to the student loan thing, right? So I think that should also can also be encouraged.
Speaking on that student loan, have we heard of anybody that got it? Because so far we heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it being materialized.
Well, I don't know. I think also if anybody who has been part of TED, I think it's also important for people when people benefit from government interventions, let them come out.
Okay, yes,
government is not 100% bad. Don't let us always paint the government bad.
Yes.
People are benefiting from the government. So when government has done something for you, the same way people rant and come and talk about the bad of the government, let us also when they are doing something, let us tell them kudos. Just like everyone, I'm seeing people commending the Minister of Interior on the seamless passport registration and all of that now. When government do stuff, we should come out to also commend government for doing the right. That gives government to say that okay, we are doing something. They will do more. Yoruba people say somebody bad look better. No, I don't
if you thank for the one they've done, they will do more.
Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah.
Okay, in the school, in all of these things, what we need basically is change.
Yeah.
But then the school called this unruly behavior.
Yeah.
Is there a way students should follow these things to bring the same results they want to achieve? But then is there any other way to go about this?
So like I like to also be very factual with what I see, and there need to be a balance too. Everywhere you go to, every society, every institution, I believe there are set rules and regulation, and that's why students have the student handbook. So I've never been to University of Ibadan. I don't know what their handbook says about protest. So I think in situations like this, when people break law or when people break law or a rule is being broken, what you most likely check is the rule or the handbook. So I don't know what the handbook has said about protest. If the handbook has said something against what they did, then it's actually a punishable offense in that institution. It may not be obtainable in UNILAG. It may not be obtainable in OAU. But if the handbook has stated otherwise and they acted otherwise, then they actually flaunted the rules of the organization and they could be punished for it. Do you understand? Yes. So it's just to create a balance. Don't let us always also attack. Let us look at it from the objective of if the handbook has said this should not be done, we in this place we don't accept it, then don't do it. There are universities those days I know that you can't use phones.
You could even write petitions if
you understand.
You are not allowed.
You understand. Yes.
Go about
there are a lot of ways to also go aside from protests. You can do publications. You can come and grant an interview like I'm granting today. You can go on radio.
Yeah.
You can write articles. You can write anyway. Twitter. You don't even have to. You are not paying for that one. Everywhere all over the world, if you can get a good
mobilize people to support.
To retweet and all of that. Yes. So can I be honest with us? There's a lot of ways we can actually air our opinions today. There are a lot of ways you can air our opinions today, not only to get into the streets. Our phone alone is a tool for evangelism, for transformation, and for us to also speak our mind. Yes, Yes. With your phone alone, you can just come and do a video live on Instagram, and everybody all over the world is seeing you. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. I love the part you made mention of when government does something good, we should talk about it. They have to be commended.
Yes, truly.
We should share it. It's not only the bad part. We come out and shout, "Oh, the government is bad," and all that. Exactly. I love that. And also, there are so many ways to air your voice. Also try to look at the things on ground. Is this acceptable? Because in these times you wouldn't want to fall into trouble. All right, viewers, we will be pausing a bit here as we go on a short break. When we return, we shall dive into the discussion segments. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. If you are just joining us, this is still the now streaming morning show live program reaching you live from the ACNNTV here in the nation's capital. I'm still your anchor, Gift Naji, and I also have my beautiful anchor here with me.
Chidima Nzikuva.
All right, thank you so much, Chidima. Viewers, today we are here to celebrate growth, impact, and vision as we learn about the actual path that has led to 9 years of consistent, impactful growth. Today we celebrate the 9th anniversary of the Youth Employ and Development Initiative organization. 9 years of empowering dreams, creating opportunities, and building capacity in young people across Nigeria and beyond. To take us through this is our handsome and hardworking guest, Mr. Akin Bisola, the founder of the Youth Employ and Development Initiative and the CEO of Bricks and Pebbles Real Estate and Ace and Gold Limited. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gift. Thank you, Chidima.
It's really nice having you.
Thank you for
come
having
to
me.
share us the blueprints. It's not everybody that wants to talk about their parts in life and to lead people through it, but you coming here to do this with us, we are really grateful.
Thank you for having me.
All right, seeing that you are celebrating 9 years of impacting lives, it's such a long time you've been into this.
You actually started very early.
Actually,
it's so mind-blowing that for the past 9 years, I know that reaching lives, being intentional about being a change in the society doesn't come easy, but now you've been on this path for the past 9 years. What does it feel like to be celebrating 9th anniversary of being a beautiful impact, a wonderful impact to lives in the society?
So I think for me, I feel it's humbling, and it's been a journey, really. It's been a journey of growth. It's been a journey of sacrifice. It's been a journey of really understanding that what is started has the tendency to grow. Whatever is started has the tendency to grow. So, and that has been the story for us as an organization, right? What is started has the tendency to grow big. So when you plant a seed, just like Youth Employ was a seed that was planted 9 years ago, and looking at what it has metamorphosed to become today is something that we're grateful to God, and we're grateful to everyone who has been part of our journey.
I really appreciate that, because honestly, at times you see people in the society being very active and being very intentional, but there's a level of limit to how far they can grow, because not so many persons are putting hands to support what they are doing. But your case has been different. 9 years of growth. You are very young, and for 9 years you have been intentional. I am not here on earth to just succeed and make money by myself. Every other person around me must feel my impact.
So let me tell you, the Youth Employ started as a result of, it was a burden for me at the point. I was passionate about it started when I was on campus, actually. And one of the reasons why Youth Employ actually started was because I got into a lot of leadership role very early, and I started seeing a lot of people around me coming to me for stuffs. The needs to be met and all that. So I started thinking of what can I begin to do to help these young persons to be self-reliant, to help them to also be able to get something going for themselves. And that was what Youth Employ. It started like that, and for how to also position themselves even after school. And so that was how Youth Employ started. It started with the burden of wanting to help other people to be self-reliant, wanting them to be making sure that they're able to also make meaningful impact on earth, and also to make sure that they also make their time on campus what they while, and also help them to be job ready when they're out of campus.
Yes.
So that's just it. So Youth Employ basically is trying to bridge the gap between people being job ready and also be entrepreneur aware. So that I believe you most likely be an entrepreneur or a professional. So we are here to also help you bridge the gap. If you want to be a professional, you need to be job ready. And that is a lot of, if I start talking about, leave this place. Also, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to be entrepreneur aware. What are the things you need to know to position yourself for either business success or career success? Yes.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
For you to have started this, that means you love the people. and it's something that is very. It's
So
a
I
very
sincerely,
Yes.
I genuinely love to see people grow. I genuinely love to see people do stuff. So I genuinely love to see people grow to be able to make impact on their own right. I genuinely love to see people who have transformed from what they used to be to what they are. So when I see people who have been part of what we do, and I see some of them started businesses, employing people, are able to get things done for themselves. Some of them buying properties. I'll be like, really?
Oh, it gives
So
you joy.
it's-
That
it's-
satisfaction.
yeah,
that
there's
comes
a
with
sense
it.
of fulfillment that comes with that.
Yes.
Any which way I was part of this person's journey, and my organization was part of their journey. We may not have given them money, but sometimes just giving them tools, connecting them to mentors, connecting them to platforms that can help them that they can leverage to able to succeed is something that should be commended. Yes.
Do you have particular milestone or success story that have defined your journey so far that you can hold on to and say, oh, this happened at this time?
Oh, okay. So there are quite a number of them, but I think like one of the things that I think I will not talk of a milestone or about milestones, and they will be talking about people who have been part of what we do, starting their own business, launching their business, owning business spaces, owning properties, launching their products, even traveling out of this country and still being able to make impact across the nations of the earth is a thing of joy. Is a thing that also makes me understand that what we do is purpose. It's not ordinary. Yeah.
Do you have people you work with? Do you have like a
Team.
Because one person doing this,
All
it's
this,
really
it's a whole lot.
mind-blowing. Like, do you have a team you work with, and when did you start working with this one?
Okay, so the truth is that no one man can achieve anything great. No one man.
Yes.
There are quite a number of people, not just a team. I work with a lot of people who serve as mentor to me. I work with people who serve as coaches to me. I work with people who I look up to as leaders, as fathers, and I also have some other persons who look up to me as their own mentor, and team members and staff and all that. So this is a journey of, like I said, I'm an embodiment, and the organization is an embodiment of a lot of people coming together to make this thing work. It's not an Akin thing.
Yes.
It's a global thing, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Viewers, don't forget to call in to send in your questions. We have one who has lived and is living a life of purpose and of vision. Send in that question bothering you, and he's sure here to give you an answer. Speaking of purpose and vision, you made mention of at some stage people were asking you how you doing this, how you doing that, and that's led to setting up Youth Employ and Development Initiative.
Yeah.
Now, we see so many times in the society people ask, like, maybe you and another person on similar level, but they seem to be doing a lot more than you. So many persons begin to ask that question. Is that a call to this may be my purpose? Should one be sensitive to such kind of questions and be like, okay, if I'm getting so many questions in this direction, should I look more closely, or what do you think we should do about that?
Okay, so I think it's important to know that most time your whatever you're passionate about is a pointer to what God wants you to do. Okay. So your passion in most cases, something that keeps your, like you see, fire is always keeping you fired up.
Sleepless nights,
giving you like is something of a thing of a heart. So when you always have something like that, it's a passion, and your passion most time is a pointer to what you are meant to do, to your purpose. So, and for me, that's what it is. I'm passionate about you. When you were introducing me, you talk about every other thing, some other things I do. But for Youth Employ, like, is a thing of the heart for me. I'm very passionate about it, and yeah. So that's why. So for anyone who wants to really make lasting impact, you need to look for something you are really passionate about, because there are days that the going will not be easy.
Yeah.
There are days you feel discouraged. There are days you feel like, I see, who sent me. So, but when the passion is stronger than whatever the challenges you face, then you'll be able to get to the other side.
Even when it's difficult.
When it's difficult, yes. When the going get tough, you keep going. Yeah.
Yes, going.
Yeah.
Yes, I going through your social media page, I came across a write-up that I totally loved. Please, you can check him out. Beautiful stuff out there.
Yeah. At the Akiyomaki on Instagram. Yeah.
You made mention of you can only grow when you carry people along.
Yeah.
I love that. I want you to explain more of
Okay.
it to
Okay.
viewers, because we are living in a selfish world. Everybody is hiding things. I want only myself to grow. Let me, they'll
So that will
say,
be the
I want
boss of
to, there's one
everybody.
statement, I want to show my is it my lookers, I be my haters, something like that. But now we are seeing one that has grown. You've grown so well at such a young age. You are doing so many things, impacting lives at the same time, and you are not hiding things. You are open to, please come around, let's show you the way. We want you to improve, we want you to change. What do you have to say about showing people the way and not being a hindering block or wanting to succeed all alone?
Okay, so I think I would just want to for those who are believers, even Jesus Christ lead that kind of life. The example, he's so secure leader that when Peter saw him walking on water and Peter wanted to walk on water, he told him to come. And that's the kind of life I think we should emulate. A life of service to others and not to ourselves alone. A life of understanding that they said givers will never lack.
Yes.
And givers, when we talking about giving is not just about money. No. When you give wisdom, when you give opportunity, when you give platform people, you can never lack wisdom, never lack platform, never lack opportunity. And that's what it is. So when Jesus was also say, what I share to you at the rooftop, you share with others. So that's what it is. It's about sharing. The more you share, the more you give, the more you get. So if you are always hoarding information, hoarding opportunities and all of that, there's a limit to how far you go. And even God will not entrust you with more.
Yeah.
If you're able to say you have been given,
To him,
Who
much is
much
given,
I-
much is expected,
Yes.
right? And also even talking about the parable of the talent, So sometimes they say even him that has that one,
The
he has
one he has been taken away from
so
him.
that means it's a call to us to do that. The one we have to work it.
Yes.
If you are working it, then it will not be taken. The one will even be added.
You said something about having a mentor.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, sorry, we
mentoring
have a
people.
caller.
Okay. I would like to take that question actually.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Sunday, calling from Abuja.
Good morning, Sunday. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to appreciate your guest in the studio, the anchor and your co-anchor. Good morning.
Thank you.
I've been following since we started, and your guest in the studio has done justice to the death of our former father, who died, and today the whole nation is standing still to celebrate or to mourn him as well. And I actually got touched when you guys were talking about the State House using a whole 1 week to mourn a man who literally brought the economy to zero when he was in the seat. We are using extra 7 days or extra 5 working days, which we added to the economy of the nation to make sure we grow. And now we are wasting a whole lot of 5 days on him. No problem. He's a former president and he ought to. But more to his death is the reflection, the lesson for a man called Tinubu, the president of Nigeria today. If you look around, or if you look out to social media, you will see children, youths from the north, precisely Kano and some part of Katsina, celebrating the death of Buhari. Celebrate. And if you understand Hausa very well, what they are singing, it is remaining Tinubu. Buhari done that. Now, and I want you to understand that we are not really celebrating the death of a man. But celebrating the death of a man who had the opportunity to make it right. But he just chose to do the way he did, and it's so obvious that he got sick, was thrown out of this country, died in London. Okay, treated in London, died in London, but he's about to be buried in Nigeria. Not like as if Nigeria is just a burial ground for our enemy. No problem. We don't have much to say about that. we have seen it the way it has come. And to your guest, the CEO, and for his 9 years journey celebrating it, I have this question for him. What is his space for partnership? Does he have any space for partnership, or it's just because when he was mentioning his success so far, I heard him talking about mentors and coaches. So I want to know if the success story is attached to partnership as well. Let's see if there is focus for partnership. I'm not talking about sponsorship, I'm talking about partnership.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Sunday from Abuja.
Okay, Mr. Sunday, it's good to have you on the call. Talking about partnership, I know time will not do justice to everything I may have to share, but one thing I also dare is to say that collaboration is the new competition. So instead of competing with others, why not collaborate? We have had opportunity where we collaborated with International Labour Organization, UNDP, and some other organization like that to host events and to be able to make impact. So yeah, we're open to partnership. You can actually check us online at Youth Employ NG or www.youthemploy.org. So you can actually reach out to us and see if what you do align to what we do. Then we can sign a partnership and work together. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I love the statement you made mention of. Collaboration is the
Yes,
new
it is.
form of competition.
Yes, true.
Don't compete, collaborate.
Collaborate. Yeah.
Okay.
Please continue on your question.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you,
I was asking about the part where you talked about you have a mentor.
Mentors.
You have mentors
Yeah.
and coaches,
Yeah.
and then you have people under you. Because
Yeah.
if you actually want to replicate a man's life, then you should know the secrets to his success.
Yes.
And it's very obvious that having a mentor and having mentors and coaches helps you stay on track and helps you. So I actually have a lot of questions as regards that, but then I am very
please just
certain
ask.
that
I
you
would,
answer them,
okay.
and then even the ones I don't ask.
Okay.
So how were you able? Because in our generation, the reason
Yeah.
why I want to ask this question, in our generation, we find it difficult submitting to authority.
Yeah.
People come out and you start up something and you are the boss of yourself. You don't allow anybody teach you because you are scared of taking corrections and a lot of things. So how were you able to submit to these persons? How did you get their connections, and how is your relationship with them, and many other questions?
Okay.
like that.
To add to
Yes,
that her
please.
question, how did you get their attention? Because now, on speaking on the parts that people are scared to submit, and on another end, people are scared to mentor anyone because so many persons see mentorship as, okay, give me. So people are closing their doors to giving information, closing their doors to giving people access to themselves because of selfish reasons from people that want to be like them. So how were you able to get their attention to give you the mentorship that your journey needs?
Yes, and you can also tell us the importance of having a mentor, mentors and coaches.
Okay, so this question, if you leave me, I can talk about it for 30 minutes. Because it's something I'm really passionate about. But I'll just, because of the brevity of time, I'll just try to answer them very fast. So I'm talking about mentorship. For me, my personal definition of a mentor is, I define a mentor as someone whose current reality is your future expectation.
Okay.
Right? I'm talking about how do you get mentor and all of that. You know why mentorship is very important for younger people? Mentorship is experience without pain.
Yeah.
So it's somebody telling you how they were able to go about something without you having to experience it literally. Mentorship, a mentor is like a lifeguard. Mentor is like a Google map that shows you, if you have ever used the map or even boat or something, you see a place that you turn right, turn left, go straight. That's what mentorship is about. So a mentor helps you to get direction. A mentor, just like I said in my books, right? In one of my books, The Compass, it talks about networking and mentorship. When you talked about how do you connect with these people. It first starts from networking before you can convert them to mentors. So it's important for you to know that in connecting with people, you have to also come from a place of value. A lot of people come to mentors and you're asking them for money. Your mentor is not your funder. Your mentor is not your investor. If they choose to invest in you, if they choose to fund you, that should be at their own discretion. So we need to understand the way to balance it. Come from a place of service. What are you doing? Why are you showing up for for who you call your mentors? You also, even to connect them, you have to connect from the place of value. Don't come and reach out to somebody and be asking, you're already talking about your need, how your life is not fair to you. No. Talk about what you do. Talk about what you can do. If people see you valuable, they will connect with you. And when they bring you close, it's most time to test you. They are watching. Are you going to be consistent? Consistent, rather. So it's very important to say that. So for networking is you the ability for you to be able to connect with people, and also connect with people at different levels.
Okay.
So you don't connect. Networking is not a one-way thing. So
Looking
you
for
connect with
those
people.
up.
Yes. So there's something I call upward networking, networking at your level, and networking below.
Yeah.
So talking about networking above is people who are able to pull you up. Like I said, it's people who their current realities don't feature expectations. You're aspiring for what they have. You're aspiring for what they have become. People at your level, they help you to give you balance. They help you to give you leverage. Yeah. I'm a business person. There are times where I have to leverage relations to get some things done. I have friends that today, if I need to get some things done, I can quickly talk to them. I can leverage on that relationship to get resources, to get funding, to get opportunity, to get things done. Because they understand we're in the same level. Because they understand that whatever I'm experiencing, they're almost experiencing the same too. And for people who are below, you need them.
Yeah.
I will not be in this studio today if I was rude to your security man. So the way I'm able to network with him, if you didn't allow me, I almost maybe be late to this interview whatsoever. Yeah. So it's also important for us to know that we have to network at all levels. We have to network out. Like I said, people at the top, they pull you up. People at the level give you balance. People down, they give you the platform to stand. So the reason why I'm on this platform is because somebody allowed me in. Somebody told me, if I stop at the session and the man say, no, you cannot go, and I'll say, get out. I will not be here today. So let us also understand, going back to mentorship. Mentorship is also service. And the mentor is not just service, it's service to you, to yourself and to your mentor. So your mentor is doing a service, rendering a service to you. You also have to also be able to render a service back. So the best way to get mentors, like you asked, is to serve. Sometimes show up for their events, they are doing stuff, you show up for them, you're able to connect. Sometimes service to them, maybe they post something you are resharing on your story, on your Instagram, talking about them in places even when they don't even know you yet. Those are the ways to serve. In this time and age, somebody can even be mentoring without even meeting them. I have some of my mentors I've not met before. I've met some of them once or something. So it's important to know that this thing is not rocket science. And can I talk about the book a bit?
Yes. We're coming to that. Next question.
Okay. Let me just allow. So, but saying that mentorship and networking, there are things that are very important for every young person. Not even young person alone. Everybody needs to network. Everybody needs to be mentored. If you look at what we have today, we're talking about President Buhari that just died. People refer to that man as their own mentor. Because why? They have learned something, one or two things from him.
Yeah.
And it also gives you opportunity to also be able to also share your story with other people and helping them to also navigate their own journey too. So that's it.
Yes, I really love that. Just like a stream, if a stream doesn't give out, it becomes smelly and dirty.
Yeah.
So you are a embodiment of collecting and giving out.
Stream.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the books that you released during your launch.
Yeah.
So many of them have been capturing my attention.
Yeah.
Please, can we get them?
Why not? Please go ahead.
Okay, he has over here Packaged for Greatness. You've heard from him.
Yeah.
This is an embodiment of greatness. We have Compass, and we also have The Leader's Meal, what every visionary must feed on to lead well. These are amazing books. These are amazing books that you should get on your journey. They are very helpful. So many persons don't know that things you consume, people you listen to inform where you head to. At times you may just be in your circle and they are hailing you. My dear sister, my dear brother. Okay, we have a caller with us.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
I would love to ask the guest a question.
Okay, please go ahead.
For an upcoming entrepreneur, what is like a major motivation that you could give to an upcoming entrepreneur, in the sense that in a Nigeria of today, whereby you have some people who tells you, okay, just focus on the practical, like starting up a business and all. And then you have a mind, you have a like plan of having to intern, go to business program, maybe something to like, let's say like a using business school as an example. Some people will tell you there is no need for all those interning for so long, learning for so long. Just start. Just start, and as you start up, you just grow, and before you know, you can excel. So I really want to know, does it really work that way? Or should you still need to give time to more interning, more learning, attending business programs? And so I really love to know what some people give the example of how they just started from the very scratch, and then as Nigeria is evolving, they just pick up, like, I don't know if you understand.
Yes, yes.
So do you think there should ample time should be given to really going for internships, learning, going for business programs? So should one actually cut out a large part of their time to do that before going into business, like in starting up from where you want to, and then having to build your business, having to like break through in that business line?
All right,
So
all right.
what would you have to say to someone who is coming up, someone who has this in mind, someone who wants to penetrate the market?
All right, Rejoice. Thank you so much. We would leave the guest here to give an answer to your question. Beautiful question, by the way.
Thank you, Rejoice. It's good to hear from you, Rejoice. And I think, Rejoice, learning is a lifelong process. Learning is a lifelong process. So, talking about learning is something that should be continuous. Because if what you have learned last was not innovated or was not worked on, it will become outdated or obsolete. So learning is very important. And you're talking about as a young person who's just starting, what do you need to know and all of that? It's important for you to know that interning is actually in itself not wrong. And that's what our Igbo people, that's why a lot of them are very successful in business. Because they used to do that, the apprenticeship stuff, boy stuff, right? You see somebody understanding somebody, learning from them, and a time comes when the organ now settles them and all of that. And you see a lot of them already understanding business before they start. There's nothing as good as being prepared before you start. There's nothing as good as that. Having somebody who you can learn from, understudy, it helps you to mitigate and to be able to cut a lot of excesses and mistakes. And talking about the books have been packaged in a way that I believe is going to transform your mind. It's going to transform the way you do your business and your professional, even your relationships.
Very easy to consume. It's not so large.
Yeah. So, like for instance, this one that looks like that is packaged for goodness. Actually, it looks small, but it's actually very rich. Yes. And I believe when you talk about greatness, we are all packaged for greatness. It's only, when we say package, it's only important for us to know when to how to unwrap it. And unwrapping it to take a level of mentorship, take networking, to take discipline, to take you being resilient to be able to achieve the greatness that is already within you. So everybody is destined for greatness. I said it earlier that if God who created us is a great God, that means we also carry potential of greatness in us. We just have to continue to water the seed so I can germinate into the greatness that we so desired. For leaders meal, what every leader needs to feed on to lead well. That's for leaders meal. So it's something we need to need. Leadership, it talks about leaders' mindset, communication, and how leadership is very important, and what leaders need to do to be able to position themselves to lead impactful organizations. I've talked about Package for Greatness too earlier, and Compass talks about mentorship and networking, and is a go-to read for anybody who is finding direction and also trying to navigate career, business, and all of that. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chidima.
Mr. Akin.
Thank you.
The books are really catchy, and of course they will really help, especially this the leaders meal.
Yeah.
It's I believe it's a book that when people read it,
Yeah.
they know that not just the president is a leader, you also
Yes,
are a leader,
exactly,
and you have
exactly,
a part to
exactly.
play.
Before you
There
say
is
the government, the government.
yes, you need to do something to make things go well.
You know
So,
what I'm going to even say about that. You know, it's important to also say that, see, for you to be able to lead at the level of maybe number one man in the world, in Nigeria rather, even as it were in our nation, you need to first be able to lead yourself.
Yourself.
First.
Yeah.
When you lead yourself, you can now lead a team. When you have successfully lead a team, you can lead an organization. When you have successfully led an organization, sorry, when you have successfully led an organization, you can now lead a nation like as we have. So most people who are in leadership and are not behaving as leaders should behave, is because they have not had the taste of the
the
leaders.
fundamental.
Yes, so they need a taste of the leaders to be able
Very
to lead well.
important.
And they also need to understand that if they have not led themselves, they cannot lead a nation. So when that gap of the vacuum has been created, it will show, and society will be what it is. It will remain to be what it is. So I will want to employ, even if you are a politician, you are a senator, you are whatever, you are a pastor, whatever you are, you need to get the leaders meal.
Yeah, very
Thank
important.
you. Yeah.
And then this packaged for greatness.
Yeah.
I actually love the title as
Yeah.
well.
Thank
You
you.
said something about the God that created us is a great God.
Yeah, he is.
And so there
we
is
know.
greatness laid inside of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
People hear this a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of persons. Okay, you are great. You're fashioned for greatness. You go to church, they tell you that. You go to schools, they tell you that. You
Yeah.
go for seminars, they tell you that.
Yeah.
And people read books and they still hear this. But we've discovered over time that people read books, but yet they're still stuck at the same point. Like this book now, packaged for greatness, they will get a lot of nuggets. I'm not talking of, I've not seen
Read it,
this
yeah.
yet, but people read books that are
They are motivated, inspired, their
motivational
heart is
books,
beating.
and then they are still stuck at a point. So I want to ask you, what is special about these ones that will
books, right?
spark up a change in the reader's life?
Okay. So for instance, this book I wrote this book and it's forwarded by Olusojo Yawoye. That's for Package for Greatness. For people to agree to put their name behind someone's work, it means that they've seen the content and they believe. This one was written by Dr. George Omaro, who is the CEO of Rage Media Group.
Yeah.
He's a great man doing great stuff.
Awesome.
For him to put his name behind it, so like he said on Saturday when we launched, he said this is a book that you have two great names on, so you know what it means. Then was written by Dario Duale. He's a great man doing a lot of work in the UK, and the book is actually written to actually help you to navigate. He is my own mentor, and he also wrote the foreword of the book. So in the time and age that we find ourselves in, and talking about serving a great God and all of that. So this book has been packaged to help you to become, to help you to be able to understand that I don't even appreciate anybody who wants to take a copy of just one of the books. You need each of them because, like I said, compass for direction, leader's meal for you to feed well so that you can lead well, package for greatness so that you can see what is inside you and how we can unwrap it through self-discovery, through discipline, through delayed gratification, even patience.
So
to be able to achieve
in
greatness.
other words, are you saying that you should read the book in this order that you've made mention of? Because it actually
Okay.
made a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, okay,
You
so-
get direction, then you lead well,
Yeah.
then you package yourself for the greatness you were meant for.
So yeah, not necessarily. It will depend on where you are at this point in time. It will depend, but I believe each of the books is going to be actually blessed. For some persons, they may want to pick any one of them first, but you always get value from each of them we get. And we were talking about people reading and yet there is not reflecting.
Yes,
I will just address that about this book. If you actually take of this book and read, and one way or another, it has not affected your networking, your mentorship, the way you lead and all of that, then it means that you just read the book. When you read books, what you do is to take action points. And actually, Leaders Mail has a place where you can see action points. Questions are being asked in the pages of each of the chapters of the books. So it's important for us to, it's not just to read. I'm not even talking about my book alone or my books alone. When you read, there should be an action point. What am I going to do from here? From this thing I've just learned or from this book, what am I going to do? What am I changing? What have I discovered in myself that I want to work on? So it's not just okay to just read. Take actions. They say readers are leaders. It is readers who take action that will
That are
lead.
leaders.
Hey. So it's not just reading and leading. No, you have to read, take actions, then you lead.
Can lead.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And I would want you in 5 seconds to share your last words with our viewers and also tell them how they can get connected with your organization. I'm sure that you are open to receiving those who need direction, those who need help.
Okay, so thank you so much for having me, ACNN, and I've had a good time with Chidima and Gift this morning. I want to really encourage everyone. You're talking about 9 years of youth employee. I'm a young man. Yes, I'm a young man, but because I started early, and I said something, whatever I started has a tendency to grow big. So you have to just start. And I want to tell you, regardless of what it is, I think just start with where you are. You can start it afraid. Start like that. Over time, through mentorship, networking, internship, you understand, we can be able to navigate things. And I used to tell people every time, I said it's important to also be intentional and be wise enough to know the people you need and be humble enough to go after them. So, and that is very important. Whether you are a top CEO there, it might be a younger person that you need. It might be 65 years, you might need a 30-year-old guy to help you to get things done. Don't be too proud about it. Be humble enough to go after the people that you genuinely need to achieve the greatness that have been packaged for, so that your life can produce results and it can make impact. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Chidima, please, can you share your last words with our viewers?
Okay. Well, first, every great thing starts small.
Yeah.
You should understand that every great thing starts small. So start from where you are. Greatness is inside of you.
Yeah.
Remember, you are made by a very great God. And of course, you need people around you. The scripture said something that he puts the solitary in families. You cannot survive alone. You can't do it alone. So you need mentors. And as you are eating, if you are just eating and sitting one place and not moving around, you become obese. So it's the same principle. If you're eating, if you are getting, probably you've submitted under mentorship and you're being mentored, you read a lot of books. If you are not putting these things out, you'll be obese and you will congeal. So get up and do something. As a young person, as maybe an elderly person, get up and do something. You are made for more. You're a great person. Don't let the situations around you be cloud what God have said about you. Of course, we heard it from our guest. And today is a very special day, because today is the birthday of our very beautiful hosts here with us today, Gift Naji.
Thank you
happy
so
birthday.
much.
And let's sing happy birthday song for her. It won't be bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I hope my voice will permit me.
All right.
I would receive anyone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Many
thank
more
you.
years to you.
Thank you.
Many more years to you. Many more years, many more years, many more years to you. So Gift, to wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank
Long
you so
life,
much.
good health.
Yeah.
Line for you in pleasant places.
Thank you so much, Chidima. Thank you, viewers out there. I'm sure you all wish me a very happy birthday. Thank you. What a powerful session and enlightening time we've had today. From celebrating 9 years of youth empowerment to diving into pages of purpose and greatness and visionary leadership. This session has been nothing short of transformational. We've learned that we are not just existing, but at each point we are becoming, because we are great. On behalf of Youth Employee Development Initiative organization, we thank and celebrate the milestone of getting to 9 years. And to our author and founder, Mr. Akin, we say thank you so
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
taking out
grateful.
your time to
Thank
do
you.
this with
Thank
us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
sir.
everyone who listened,
Thank
and
you.
thank you, ACNN. Thank you.
Also, keep sharing and keep living your life. You are made for greatness. And until next time, stay purposeful, stay hungry, reach for growth, and keep becoming. Thank you and bye for now.